see fear.
Fear?
It's fear. You can see it in her eyes. It's hesitance. It's uncertainty. Yeah. To me, it's fear. It's all that I see.
Let me see. Zoom in on her face. It's just sadness, Marie. I mean, it's obvious to myself and the rest of the world.
There are many possible emotions she could be portraying, James.
Yet, everyone agrees with the woman's sadness. I mean, look, it seriously looks like she might start crying in that moment.
But how could you possibly justify sadness as being the only possible emotion for her to portray? I'm allowed to have my own interpretation of something as abstract as art, James. Look at her face. The way her fingers almost shake as she grasps onto the handle of the teacup. She grasps onto it like it's a sort of anchor. She's grasping for something more.
Then tell me, Marie, what is she attempting to grasp?
You know, it would be nice if for once you could refrain from me, like speaking to me like I'm a goddamn child, James.
Am I speaking to you like a child?
Forget it, James.
No. Really, in what way am I speaking to you like a kid?
You honestly don't see it, do you? You constantly speak down to me. I feel like a goddamn child when I'm around you, James. Come on!
Marie, I never speak down to you. Don't go trying to make me feel like crap as soon as you become afraid of being wrong about something. For Christ's sake. Did you know that Edward Hopper studied briefly with Robert Henry? I learned that quite recently, actually. He was part of the Big Eight.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm quite glad the Eight emerged when they did. I mean, without them, we might have never seen realism take off. Instead, we'd have nothing but ignorant, fanciful paintings that lacked any sort of connection to the actual happenings of the world.
There is a space for romanticism within the art world, James.
I mean, romanticism seems nice, but it isn't that striking. There's no way someone can relate to something that seems like such a fairy tale.
But isn't there some semblance of romanticism in life?
How so?
There's a magical nature to the world, James. We share an intimate relationship with the landscapes around us. We find ourselves overcome with emotion from time to time, overcome with the desire for some semblance of spirituality. That is what romanticism exposes. That is why it was so important in art. It relies so heavily on feeling, which is something we could all relate to.
I suppose it's possible that you're right, but magic and spiritualism have no ground when it comes to the reality of life. I mean, there's no possible way to equate a movement which is so far-fetched with one that draws from the reality of life as Automat has. Somehow I digress, though, as that wasn't as bad of an argument as I was expecting to be.
You just did it! I'm amazed by how oblivious you are.
What did I do?
You always feel this need to subtly tell me I'm less intelligent and don't get it. I can have my own opinion without you trying to impose your own as law.
Marie, I never told you weren't entitled to an opinion. I was simply adding mine into the mix.
And I'm fine with that. But yet you feel this immense need to be condescending about it.
Marie, you can't seem to take a joke. I wasn't serious, okay? It was a joke.
Don't lie to me like that. We both know it wasn't. If you really gave a damn, you might be more considerate to the fact that you make me feel terrible most times.
Fine. And how long have I made you feel like this?
About 4 months into our relationship.
Marie, we've been together for almost 2 years. If this is true, why in the hell would you keep up with this facade?
Because I thought it was the one thing that I could overlook. It has been said that nobody's perfect. And I understand that. I am nowhere near perfect. Hell, I am the farthest thing from it. And as a result, I tried to rationalize your screwed up attitude. I told myself I could get over it, become immune to your BS. But I can't. When I'm with you, I feel like a child. You reprimand me like a child who knows no better. You make me feel so terribly idiotic, and I'm so tired of it, James.
But you need to explain this to me. You never even answered my question. How do I make you feel like a kid?
I don't need to explain this to you. I'm not obligated to. All you need to know is that I feel that way.
Well, then how do you expect me to understand you?
Because if I do, you'll refute every single point I make. Because that's what you do.
Well, why would you keep this concern from me for so long? Did you even plan on telling me? It just makes no sense.
James, saying something would have done no good. Besides, it's up to you to realize this and change, not me. You wouldn't have listened to me anyway. You would have ridiculed me as you've always done, spoken down to me. You would have addressed me with such
what?
Such contempt, James!
So, why are we the way that we are? I mean, why did we let it get this far? If you hated me so much...
I can't bring myself to hate you.
If you hated me so much, then what possessed you to embrace this apparently forced degradation for so long?
Fear.
Fear of what?
Being alone.
So this union is from fear?
I used to. And for that I apologize. But if I'm to be honest, I've been alone for a while.
Okay.
Physically, I had you. Physically, I wasn't alone. I tried to tell myself it was all right. And for a while, that's all I thought I needed. But mentally, there wasn't a day where I didn't feel as if I were alone in this world.
What do you expect me to say to that, Marie?
I don't think there is anything that you can say. Were you really in love with me?
You're asking as if it's impossible for me to still be in love with you.
Are you?
You know, as sick as it is, I'm still in love with you.
I've always loved you. I still do. I'm just realizing now that I was never in love with you. I should go.
I guess so.
Don't fear loving someone else because of me. Please.
It was fear.